Welcome everybody to another episode of the Weed News. I'm your host, Mike Cannon. I haven't slept in what feels like weeks, which is why I look like a raccoon that just saw a ghost. I also have a pimple on the front of my nose. I feel like I'm falling apart, but you know what? Life's a goddamn journey, right? Just kind of going with the ebb and flow of things, the ups, the downs. I'm just gonna blow my brains out and hopefully that turns into the logo over here. So to combat my sleeplessness, right now I'm on a pill called Epic Focus, which is a brain nootropic with a healthy dose of caffeine. Right now my brain is running like the engine room in the Titanic. Giant pistons just shifting, and eventually it'll be responsible for a lot of deaths. In our first story, as of next week, you can carry under 25 grams of marijuana in New York City and only be cited with a ticket, which is another baby dick step in the right direction for us to finally be treated like actual adults. But seriously, who is ever carrying more than 25 grams of marijuana at a time? Even the distributors I've met have 6 grams parceled out in 100 bags. You know, because they rip us off. The only reason to carry close to an ounce of marijuana is if you're homeless and need a fantastic smelling pillow. Also, all this law change actually means is that cops are gonna carry a few extra grams on them, and if they find you too tan, they're just gonna add it to your bag. Ooh, 25.2 grams, head to jail, fucko. In our second story, very exciting, the NFL may permit medicinal marijuana by 2015. An East Coast company called Cannabis is developing a cannabis-derived medicine that could prevent, treat, and even reverse brain injury. So that means no more football players putting a double-barrel shotgun to their chest with a note next to them that says, "Hey, please check out my brain, it's been a tough go the last 8 months." But I don't know, it sounds like an evil drug made by socialist hippies to dumb down America and make us malleable to their tree-hugging ideals. Also an interesting side effect, this means that no more women will be eviscerated by the fists of a monster. I know, a stoned and docile football player equals fun for the whole family. Who knows, maybe a kid might not even get hit with a twitch. Switch? I don't know, I don't have children. I'm not from the South, I don't use either of those things. Frankly, I'm convinced I'm shooting blanks. I'd like a dust cloud coming out from my crotch, because that's pretty much what it feels like when I come. See, that's actually even too healthy. I actually think I come like my dick just kind of goes and then drools like my stroke-infested grandpa. I don't know about you, but a potent indica makes it difficult for me to raise my hand to grab a bag of chips, let alone discipline another adult. But I swear to God, lady, if you sass me back, I'm gonna just take a nap for a while. It's that time again, time for yours and my favorite. Actually, I genuinely don't know if you even like or appreciate this, but I'm gonna plow ahead because I have a clear vision for this show. Toker Tech. This week, it's an oldie but a goodie. We are doing retro shit on this show, smoking weed out of an apple. Honestly, it's the only way I got through waiting tables in college. In between serving fresh fish caught from the Hudson River, I would go into the old porta potty, toke up a little bit, and then come back and pretend to be interested in these river rats. This is actually a true story. Once smoking pot out of an apple kind of backfired on me. It was rainy, I was working on the outside patio, nobody was around. I went in, smoked a bowl out of that old apple, came back, there was 14 families waiting to be served. I went up to the first one, stoned to the gills, took their order, went to deliver that order to the cook and realized that I wrote down no letters whatsoever. It was just squiggles and hieroglyphics, nothing even resembled a letter. Do you understand how difficult that is to put pen to paper and have nothing even, I could cough and or just have an aneurysm and something would look like a U. So I had to go back to this family and say, "Hey, you know how like 5 minutes ago I took your order? Well, I didn't. Oh no, I know you saw me write something down, but believe me when I say, it was a goddamn nightmare and an insight into my brain that I wasn't ready to see." I love smoking pot out of an apple every once in a while. It's underrated. It honestly makes me feel like a high Huck Finn. Just riding the river in some log-made raft and smoking with N-word Jim. Was that even his name, or was that just an excuse for me to get racial for no reason? Sorry. And now for our last segment, What to Watch While Weeded. A title that I was just told by our producer Joe that he absolutely hates. Now, he's gonna have to pry it from my cold, dead fingers for me to change it. I love pissing him off because he wears tight jeans and I've seen too much of his dick through denim. A man is delivered from homosexuality. Let's check out how he celebrates.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. Now listen,
Let's get this out of the way first. Perhaps it's not the best outfit choice to wear when you're proving your newfound heterosexuality. It's too goddamn fashionable. You look like Farnsworth Bentley fucked Carlton Banks. Also, be chill about it. Screaming and just grabbing people by the shoulders and saying, "I'm not gay anymore," sounds a little like you're overselling. Honestly, you're a little too fired up. It looks like you just had a cum martini to work up the courage to public speak. Not to mention the way you're celebrating, you're dancing with like 100 other dudes. And you're an incredible dancer. Listen, that could be chalked up to the fact that you're black, but it's a little prancy for my taste. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Weed News. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe right here. Also, please remember to subscribe to my podcast called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. Like I always say, every single week we talk about conspiracy, corruption. We kind of give you a template of what to talk about when you're visiting your girlfriend's family for Thanksgiving. And hey, if they didn't hate you enough anyway for raw dogging and dropping batches in their girl, now you got 9/11 on their brain. Oh, you don't believe it? Well, you're a sheep, you piece of shit. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I want Biggie flipping dollar bills into the sky, and that's how we end. Fade to black.